Hello guys, welcome to the very first Down to Earth video podcast. My name is Mickey Wildman. I'm co-founder, executive producer and writer for Down to Earth Video. I've been a Doctor Who fan for 10 years now. I study level 3 performing arts, and one of my hobbies is to write my very own Doctor Who scripts. Now I shall take you over to the wonderful Sam Morgan. Sam? We seem to be having technical difficulties here.
Well, what can I say? Hold on a minute. Oi! Shut up! Sorry, I got AC/DC in the back, and Angus Young, he's probably had a bit too much. But anyway, yes, hello, I'm Sam. I am the other co-founder, the other executive producer, and other writer for Down to Earth Video. I'm a music and media student at the local grammar school around here, hopefully going to be going on to college within the next year or so. But I've also been a Doctor Who fan for about 10 years now. So, I became a fan on the 40th anniversary, so yes, and one of my hobbies is to write music, and also write scripts for Doctor Who and other things in general. But yes, and then I came across Mr. Mickworth over here, and we started this whole thing up. So we were talking about scripts and stuff, and then I was making something, and then he asked who's going to be the editor. I said I haven't got anyone, and then he said, well, I can do it, and then we just sort of kind of just
let's just say that's when Down to Earth Video was born.
Yeah, that's when it all came down to earth,
Ah, very good.
Came up with that one on the spot. I'm quite proud of that one. But yeah, so for this we're just going to be talking a bit about what plans we may have, I guess. It's Judgment of the Doctor at the moment mainly, isn't it?
Which is first on the list, written by moi.
Look at you.
And will be filmed by moi, and directed by moi, and edited by this fella. Edited by this fella.
By moi.
Yes.
Yeah, so do you want to explain a bit about what the idea of Judgment of the Doctor is?
Oh, if I must. Right. Take it away, Mickey. Right. Oh, that's me. So, basically, this Judgment of the Doctor, it's about the events that happened in between the War Games and Spearhead from Space. I've been wanting to show this story for a long time. What I mean by that is, share what I think happened in between those two stories. Because when I first watched the War Games, I was very confused at why Pat didn't regenerate into John. It wasn't until later on, this was like the early days of when I was a Whovian, early days of becoming a Whovian, and it wasn't until I was told that Pertwee wasn't chosen at the time. So, and of course they couldn't do it because it wasn't chosen. But I watched Devious, which is on YouTube.
We'll post a link in the description for that.
Yeah, we will post a description below. Hopefully by now we would have posted it. But if you want to take a look, go down and have a look.
Or to the side or to the top or whatever, because Google Plus seem to be changing the format of YouTube every 2 minutes. So
yeah, that is very true.
But yes, carry on with.
So anyway, Devious, I love it. It makes sense. It's very clever what they do.
And it has John Pertwee in it.
It has the man himself.
Yeah, and it was filmed like a year before he died. I think Devious was filmed and released in 94, 95, and he died in 96, I think.
95, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Devious is absolutely brilliant. You should go and see it. Actually, I forget his surname. It'll come to me in a minute. He is the writer. Well, sort of the writer. He's like they sort of joined and wrote it, and the designer of the console. But Judgment of the Doctor is completely different to Devious. Obviously, the storyline's the same. At the start, we have the trial, but it's sort of like my version of it. It's the same. He still gets trialed and sent to Earth and forced to regenerate. In my eyes, I think it's fun, it's exciting, it's breathtaking, and I hope you like it. But Sam, have you read it? Have you read the script?
I have. Well, of course, I'm kind of obliged to since I'm editing and acting in it. Obviously, it's very, in essence, it's very very Russell T Davies, very Stephen Moffat-esque, and I'm one of those people that generally, when making action figure adventures and all that stuff, likes the stuff to have a genuine feel to it. Like, make sure that everything is very of the time. If I'm making a 60s story, make sure you got 60s music. You know, it's in grayscale. You got 60s type of language or writing and styles, etc., formatting and all. And this will be quite a different take on it, which I think will be interesting. So yeah.
Well, I will say just a few things. Number one, if you think Devious, it was based then, but obviously they made it 90s-ish. Yes, it's very 21st century. I mean, the trial at the start is the same, but it's different in a way. Like, the wording's different. But yes, it will be in colour because of the effects and everything.
Well, we're still in talks about that.
Yeah, I will give it a shot in black and white. I think maybe we could do both. Another thing, I've completely forgotten.
You're on a roll of forgetting things tonight, aren't you?
Yeah, I have, yeah. Forgotten Ashley's surname, forgotten where I'm going with this. Basically, it's the effects as well, really. Just to see what it's like in colour. We'll do it in black and white. Oh, yes, that's it. We will use 60s music. We will use 60s, like, sounds if necessary.
That's my department, so I'll
so yeah, that's his department because he's so clever.
Ah, well, what can I say?
Well, he sort of volunteered in a way, so thank you.
You're welcome.
So yeah, this video is about what Judgment of the Doctor is about, what our plans are, and basically sit tight and wait for the future, really.
Yeah, we're slated to have it released in July, hopefully.
Yeah.
Obviously,
it could be before.
For filming matters, obviously.
It could be after, but it could be before, because I'm at the end of my college year at last, so once that's all done, I will begin to build the sets, and I need another Troughton figure so that I can do the head swap between him and Pertwee, so that this works. If not, we're going to have to come up with some sort of clever thing.
We're currently dissecting eBay and all other stores.
Yeah. If I can't get another Troughton figure to head swap, doesn't work using the boil and pop trick, we're going to have to do something else. Maybe get Jason to do a bit of photoshopping.
Or you could always just get me to do it.
Yeah,
because I'm the editor. Don't get other people involved at the moment. Of course, we'll get other people involved. Yeah, this isn't just going to be limited. This whole project isn't just going to be limited to the two of us. No, we're going to get a whole plethora of other people involved.
We have a full cast list.
Oh yes, we have a cast.
We have a cast.
Yeah. Of which we shall discuss another time on the Facebook page.
As we go on.
Yes, and the Facebook page will post a link to that in the description. Please go and give it a like. Even bearing in mind that most of the audience is probably going to have come from the Facebook page.
Yeah.
But you know what? Yeah, give it a double like. Give it another like.
There is a subscribe button below. Please press that button.
Yes, please do. Please do. I don't know if Google Plus have changed that as well, but well. You win some, you lose some. Bloody Google.
If you are viewing on YouTube, like us and subscribe to us. If you want more info, if you're on Facebook, again, like and subscribe, etc., etc., and share this video. Share it wherever you can.
What he said.
Yes, we want to be successful. Maybe not as big as the wonderful Matthew Toffolo, but
the god of the Toffoliverse.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not really looking for success out of this. I'm just looking for some, good bit of crack. Some crack.
Some fun.
Aye, it's fun. Out of all this,
For those of you-
as
for
we
those of
say,
you who don't-
it's a non-profit film group. Non-profit, not intend to make anything out of it, just fun. Just a couple of dudes getting together and doing what they do best, and they enjoy.
That sounds wrong, but okay.
For God's sake.
I'm sorry.
For God's sake, Mickey.
Yes, Matthew Toffolo, I think, is a genius.
I don't worship him, or like I don't think he's like God or anything. But my God, you have to just kind of.
For those of you who are listening,
that's kind of just like self-contradictory. But okay, my God, you have to take your hat off to that guy. He's
absolutely.
brilliant.
For those of you who have not seen him, number one, where the hell have you been all your lives? And number two, again, there will be a description below to his YouTube channel.
They've obviously been stuck
Please
inside the
check
void.
it out. Please subscribe to him. If you are a Paul McGann fan, you will want to watch his latest series.
His Paul McGann series is class.
Genius.
I guess it's a bit like, I guess it's the same principle as Judgment of the Doctor, really, because Judgment of the Doctor is one of those things. It's filling in the gap that wasn't filled by canon, because Devious was not, even though John Pertwee was in it, and that's probably enough for people to say, oh yes, it's canon, the BBC never actually said this is canon. It's a bit like that. We're not entirely sure what happened in between the War Games and Spirit from Space, and a bit like Survival and the TV movie, like.
I totally believe that Devious was canon.
Because it has John Pertwee in it, and that's enough for people to believe.
Some of you who are listening might not like what I'm about to say. In my eyes, John Hurt wasn't.
Yeah,
involved in the
that's
war.
what we're trying to say about the Toffoloverse, or Matthew Toffolo's
exactly
thing. Because it's one of those things, it fills in what happens in between the TV movie and Series 1 without this whole John Hurt mess, because I'm with Mickey on this one. A lot of people aren't going to like what I'm going to say. John Hurt, no, that, again, I stick to the legitimacy, the legitimacy of the canon elements to the Toffoloverse. The whole fact, Paul McGann fought in the Time War and regenerated into 9. None of this John Hurt mess, 8.5 or what. David Tennant is actually the 11th Doctor and all that stuff, or John Hurt isn't actually the Doctor, he's the War Doctor and all that mess. Just overcomplicating things. None of that.
I just want to ask, is it actually called the Toffoloverse, or have we made that up?
Yeah, we've made that up. I don't think anybody's actually referred to as.
Well, Mr. Toffolo,
this better become a trend.
If you are listening to us,
give us credit, because the Toffoloverse was our idea.
I think you should use it, because it's quite a cool name for a cool person who makes such awesome stuff, which I think is just genius.
I think it's genius.
I mean,
I think it's brilliant.
We've got
I
to
love
credit
his stuff.
him, because he's giving it a rest for up because of his university work, and I mean that must be as hard as hell, and doing all this at the same time.
But you know what? If you look over, the long slew of YouTube stuff he has up, I could sit down for hours and watch his stuff, because there's a lot of it. There's enough of it, and it's fantastic. It is truly. I will make a confession,
and if he is listening, he probably won't like this, but he might agree. A few weeks back, I watched his very first one. Right, the very first action figure adventure he made, something to do with the Doctor and Martha.
The Flight of Destruction?
Yeah, it was crap, but as the years went by, he got better and better and better.
Well, yeah, it's a progression, really. I wouldn't say it was crap. I'd say of the time it was better than stuff I was making. Of the time, 2007, it was better than the stuff we were making.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But seriously, that man is at the top.
The top of his game, that man. I mean, he sent one or two of his scripts into Big Finish, I think it was, and then Nick Briggs got back in touch and said, "Oh, not that he was a bad writer or anything, bro. I think it was just down to that, there's no space for writing at the moment. I think he could flourish fantastically there. He would do a brilliant job with Big Finish."
Whoever says he's not a good writer, they must burn on Gallifrey.
Well, That's certainly one way of looking at it. He's a very clever guy, I'll give him that.
He's absolute genius. I mean, seriously, if you haven't seen his stuff, if you're in agreement with us that John Hurt did not do any of that crap in the Time War, you need to watch Matthew Toffolo's latest series.
War Drums came out quite well from where we are. War Drums came out about a week ago, and it was phenomenal. It was absolutely phenomenal.
One of the best Matthew Toffolo adventures I've ever seen.
It is fantastic.
Now let's not drone on and on about him, because
all
we
hail
could
the
sit here for
Toffoloverse.
hours.
Yeah.
We could sit here for hours. So before we move on, Matthew, again, if you are listening, thank you. You are a genius. Thank you for entertaining my Saturdays when Doctor Who's been off air. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
What he said. You're brilliant.
Now come on, add a bit more colour. You can do it.
Matt, in the very unlikely event that you're listening to this, as Mickey said, thank you. Your stuff is excellent. It really is. It's fantastic. Fills in the Saturdays when Doctor Who isn't on. And even when Doctor Who is on, I'm usually looking forward to this stuff than I am whatever crap Stephen Moffat's coming out with. I gotta be very careful about what I say about Stephen Moffat, because a very good friend of mine out there, big Stephen Moffat fan. I remember we used to talk a lot, and still talk quite a bit. And she used to, say, "Oh, Stephen Moffat." Anytime I would say anything about Stephen Moffat, she would always shoot me down with something. So I got to be very careful about what I say about Stephen Moffat.
I will say one thing about him. Goodbye. You have to leave now.
Oh well, no, I wouldn't say that. I just like to pretend Series 6 didn't happen, and that's it. Apart from Series 6, I don't have much of a problem with him. Well, apart from The Doctor, The Widow and the Wardrobe, and Asylum of the Daleks.
Terrible.
Crap stories, they were abysmal.
Okay, Moffat's good. A lot of people won't agree with me, but I love River Song, and I love her storyline. I thought it was perfect.
I love her storyline, I just don't like her.
Sorry?
I like her storyline, but I just don't like her.
Well, everyone's entitled to their own opinions.
Of course, absolutely.
And I thought it was pretty rubbish. It's taken 3 years to explain the silence and everything, and why he must
It took 3 years for Stephen Moffat to explain his whole elaborate storyline, which in the end was actually quite simplistic. So it's just taken 3 years for Stephen Moffat to just, slowly roll up his middle finger and say "F*** you" to all of his loyal fans.
Yeah, and I think it's pretty pointless that, the Lake Silencio thing was pointless because it wasn't really him.
Mm.
And
I'd say we do rant on about this, because bearing in mind,
just to clarify, just to confirm, yes, I love the Doctor. I love the Doctor, obviously. Okay, maybe I don't love River Song, but I think she's a good character. I will officially say this, and I'm sure Sam will agree. They are not married.
They're not married.
Because they are not married because they, let's say, got married, but it was an aborted timeline in a world that never was, so it never happened.
And the Doctor just isn't a romantic. I don't like the whole sexual tension between the Doctor and River Song, because again, stick true to the storyline. The Doctor isn't a romantic. He didn't fall in love with Rose. She, probably like a lot of the other new post-2005 companions, was infatuated with him. He probably got closer to falling in love with Grace than he did Rose. I don't care about this whole one true pairing crap. He's asexual, he's not a romantic.
The only companion in the new series that has never loved him in that way is Donna.
Yes.
Yes, she kissed him in Unicorn and the Wasp, but that was to shock him, and to save his life. But yes, Donna is the only one.
Hats off to you, Catherine Tate.
And we won't drone on and about the Doctor's love life, will we?
No. It's his love life, it should be kept to him.
And I think we should maybe talk about more of our plans, don't you think?
But yes, of course, yes, we went off on a bit of a tangent, but yes, Judgment of the Doctor, we're slated to have that released for hopefully July, maybe sooner, depending on filming, but we'll keep you updated on that on the Facebook page. And then, that's Mickey's side of the spectrum, and then after that, when Judgment of the Doctor approaches the airing of the story, stuff will start to come out about something I'm planning over on my end of the spectrum. Let's just say the other evening I was awake until 3:30. Well, the last time I checked my watch that evening, 3:30 in the morning, scripting stuff. I'm not going to go on too much about what it is. Yes, it is Doctor Who related. I guess you could say, yes, the triumphant return of Sam Morgan to the fan film world. Again, it's early days, so I'm not going to go on about it much, but again, we'll keep you updated about that, etc.
We are going to do a variety of things. It's not just Doctor Who. We're just going to do whatever.
Yeah.
Well, basically, the idea is action figure adventures / audio / like fan made real life stuff. I do have a second action figure adventure that I'm writing, but I haven't brushed past Sam yet, I don't think.
Expand.
Which, 1 second, let me open the file using my Sonic, hold on. Basically, the episode, originally I read somewhere, this was like, we're going back a few years now, that it was intended that the Master, back in the 70s, Roger Delgado Master, legend,
he would have been Pertwee's big send-off.
Yeah, he was going to finish off Pertwee instead of a giant spider and a crystal, but sadly they lost Roger Delgado. Another story to tell another time. So I thought, how could they do this? So I have started to write a story about what the Master's up to and what he's going to do to 3 to cause him to regenerate.
So dodgy territory. So are you sort of starting to question? You know, are you going to say Planet of the Spiders didn't happen or all that stuff?
No. Something like that. Planet of the Spiders did happen because it's televised and we've seen what happened. It's just like one of those one-off things. It's action figure adventures. It's not going to be canon. So yes. So that's that. That is coming. I don't know when it's coming. I'm still writing it. I need to maybe rewrite it because it doesn't look very good. But focusing on Judgment of the Doctor first. Sam, shall I give them a little synopsis?
Oh yeah, I don't see why not.
Right, so basically, in Judgment of the Doctor, so he's been tried by the Time Lords, as seen in the War Games, and as I mentioned earlier, it's slightly different to the original 1969 version. He then finds himself being tortured by the President of Gallifrey. That's also something different in the 60s. Hold on, I don't think in the 60s they had such a thing as the President of Gallifrey. So he's being tortured by the President.
They just have the tribunal made up of Burn Horsefall, etc.
Yes. And, well, I think that he was the President, but whatever. So the President tortures him, and 2 of his old friends are in danger. I won't say who the 2 old friends are, but you will have to sit tight and see.
Done!
Indeed.
You'll find out in July, won't you?
Sorry?
You'll find out in July, won't you?
You
Whoever
will,
has stuck through this far.
If you're lucky, it could be before July.
As I said, yes. Slated at the moment for July, but could be earlier.
And what we will do to keep you going and to give us more likes and subscribers is I will possibly do like behind the scenes pictures of the sets, figures, etc. And maybe Sam could take some behind the scenes stuff of his editing once it's all filmed.
Yep.
So once
we'll just keep you posted with various things.
Yeah. And once I get the Trout figure, I need another one. I've already got one for the 11th Doctor set. I don't want to use that head because I will regret it. I need another Trout figure so I can swap his head with Pertwee's head and stick it on Trout's body, and then build the sets, and then we will be ready to go.
Excellent.
And then I need to send it to this genius.
Well, genius. What can I say? But yes, both Mickey and I will keep you updated with what's happening with Judgment of the Doctor and my little thing that I've got in the works, which I'll hopefully try and get practical with over the next few months, etc. Once I've got exams and stuff out of the way.
We're both very busy. You don't want to give away a little maybe title of it or anything?
Not at the moment.
Spoilers.
Spoilers indeed. But yes, I guess that's really all we have to say at the moment. So I guess...
Exactly.
Ah, yes, exactly. Ah. That's my...
Ah, yes. Would you like a jelly in it?
No. I'd rather not. But anyway, that concludes the first Down to Earth podcast.
It does indeed.
Yes, we'll keep you updated if you find this somewhere other than the Facebook page. Go down and like the Facebook page. If you come from the Facebook page, subscribe to the channel and the various links in the description. Go and check out the Toffoloverse. Go and check out Devious, etc. 2 fantastic pieces of work.
Please subscribe, like on Facebook, share on Facebook, share anywhere, so we can get more people. And one thing I will add, which we have forgotten, for upcoming stuff such as my second action figure adventure thingy, we may need voice actors. So if you are interested, inbox the page.
We've already got a few people on board for a cast list for Judgment of the Doctor.
Judgment of the Doctor is full up, but if not, we will let you know. Please let us know on the page or comment below. But obviously we don't need any yet, because Judgment of the Doctor is first on the list.
We shall let you know if we do.
We will indeed. So, thanks very much for listening. I hope you have enjoyed our first video, and we will keep you up to date ASAP. So it's good night from me.
And it's good night from me.